Hello, everybody. Let me get my. It says that I'm live. Let me see if I can find myself. I can't find myself yet on my phone. If you are here, please let me know. Oh, here we are. Awesome. I don't know if I can see comments on my computer. So I have my phone over here to my right. So if you see me looking over there, that's what I'm doing. Hello, hello. Welcome. It's not saying that it's running, but I see me on my phone, so I guess it's going. If you are here, please say hello in the comment. Oh yay, Teresa, you are here. Let me see if I can see those comments. Nope, nope, no, it's not showing. Am I showing up okay? My computer's telling me that it's my everything is too slow, and I'm not sure why, because there is nothing running in this house, y'all. For those of you that have been with me for a little bit, my husband had shoulder surgery about a month ago, and he gets out of his sling on Tuesday, and boy, is he excited. Although he starts PT on Thursday, which I'm not sure he's going to be so excited about. But Teresa says yes, you're okay, good. But he has left the building. So I am here by myself, and I am loving it. He's gone to help a friend, and I'm like, ah. So, hello, hello, good morning, good morning. As always, if you are here, I would love for you to say hello in the comments. I can't see them on my computer, but I do have my phone over here, and I love chatting with you guys as we go through this. So please feel free to say hello. I don't know where you are in the world, but wherever you are, if you are willing to share, please feel free to share that in the comments. I'm from Bowling Green, Kentucky, about an hour north of Nashville. Teresa says, glad he's back to driving. Yes, yes, I'm very glad he's driving too. He's glad he's driving. So I don't have to chauffeur, and he doesn't have to be chauffeured. All right, so good morning, everybody. Teresa says she's from Kansas. Yes, if you're here, please say hello. Let us know where you are in the world. If you are willing to share that, I would greatly appreciate it. Just get to know who you are, where you are in the world, and how your morning's going. So this month, and I've restarted our self care series. I had self care series. I think I ended it last summer of 24, and I stopped doing it and went to Wednesday motivations, and we could. I'm trying to midweek motivation. That's what it's called. I was like, what do I call it? Midweek motivation, and I will still do those too, but. Saturday seems to be a little bit better for people to hop on and just sit, relax, and sort of take some things in. And I hope that you are able to do that. And so last week, just as a quick recap, if you haven't watched it yet, it's on the YouTube channel, and it's also, you can watch it here for 30 days. That's not me taking it down, guys. YouTube takes down videos, live specifically after 30 days. So if you haven't watched it, or it's on our YouTube channel, and it's going to be here for 30 days. Good morning, Maureen. How are you? Good, from New York. Last week we talked about the tiny ways that we disappear from our own life, and whether that is not saying no or yes, or not listening to our intuition or gut, maybe wearing all these different hats and sort of forgetting who we are, those kinds of things. So if you haven't taken a listen to that, go take a listen. But today we're talking about giving yourself some time to rest, even if there's really no huge, crisis or trauma or, things going on. So I want to ask you, when was the last time you gave yourself a break just because? Not because you were falling apart, not because, whatever, just because you wanted one. When was the last time that you gave yourself a break? Put it in the comments if you want to. When was the last time you gave yourself a break? And I'll come back to this in a minute, but I actually did that just Thursday night. And I'll come back to that story in a few minutes. But many, many times we don't give ourselves a break unless we feel like we deserve it, right? So let's talk about some myths really quick. I have my notes over here on the computer that I've typed way too many. I don't know that we'll ever get around to all of them, but Teresa says, Maureen said, I can't remember. Think about it. We got to do something about it. Right now. You're taking this time for you, Maureen. Teresa, this morning I meditated in the front yard. Yes. It's a full moon, guys. Don't forget, it's a full moon. Yesterday was 8/8, the Lions portal. I'm so bad with this stuff. Like, I sort of know this stuff, but I don't. So it was a big deal. Full moon was beautiful this morning when we walked our fur kids. So we have that full moon energy. So don't forget about that. But let's talk about some myths. Talk about some myths around when we can get rest, or when we should get rest, or give ourselves some rest. And one of those myths is rest must be earned through exhaustion. Rest must be earned through exhaustion. I was brought up by two parents who worked extremely hard. And I don't know, very few times, I really have to think about some times to remember times that they gave themselves some rest. It was like go, 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 constant, constant, constant. And, fortunately or unfortunately, my generation, I think, has sort of realized, wait a minute, like, working hard's great. Like, however, we earn rest not because of we're working ourselves to death in pure exhaustion, but just because, right? Another myth is productivity equals worth. A lot of us feel guilty because rest means we're not working hard, and in our head, or maybe something that you have been sort of taught, that you should be productivity. That equals your worth. The more you work, the more you produce, the worthier you are. That is not true. That is a myth. That is a myth. And pausing to take that rest is seen as weakness or laziness. Pausing is seen as weakness or laziness. Okay? Those are myths. Those are myths. You earn rest because you are you. Right? Many times we've been taught that rest is a reward for working hard, productivity, that you've proven yourself. And that's really backwards, because rest is what allows us to feel. My Kentucky just came out. Fill our cup to keep going. Right? So as someone who is going through the ye old perimenopause, menopause era of her life, sleep is a hot commodity, right? And Teresa's on here, and so she's heard me say before, those nights that I get sleep, I am a different person in the best way possible. I mean, it is amazing how much sleep and rest does, right? So sleep is huge. Rest is huge, because you're filling your own cup so you can fill others, right? Because I know, I've heard from you guys. My clients say it all the time. I'm wearing so many hats. I know you are taking care of maybe a spouse or a significant other. You're taking care of your kids, maybe your grandkids, maybe your parents. You've got a job. You've got other community things you're doing. You're wearing a lot of hats. You're tired. Okay? Just know that you don't have to do all that to earn rest. Okay? So I've mentioned this before, some of the things that we feel when we do take that rest is guilt, shame, anxiety. I feel like I'm being judged. I've got to be doing something. I got to be productive. I gotta. I can't drop the ball. If I don't do it, nobody else will do it. Okay. I don't know if y'all have said that to yourself. I said it to mine. If I don't get it done, if I don't do it, it won't get done. I have slowly, because I'm a recovering people pleaser. Y'all know this about me. But I'm slowly starting to say, what if it doesn't get done? Is the earth going to stop rotating? Somebody going to get hurt? No and no. It doesn't affect. Then I've got to let it go. Right? Not everything has to be done by you. Okay? Maureen says, yes, the guilt. Yeah, you get a lot of guilt, right? Why are you resting? What are you doing? Oh, you're taking this off, or you're not doing this. And it's chatter, right? Whether it's your own, it could be your own, it could be internal, which sometimes is way easier than silencing other people that say that to you, right? So sometimes that internal dialogue is a little bit easier to reframe or change than it is if someone else is saying that to you, right? So how do we reframe that? Right? How do we reframe, or how do we change our commitments so we can have a little breathing room for ourselves? Okay? Type in the comments maybe something little that you could do, whether it's something that you have done before or something that you might be willing to do this week or this month. And let me give you some examples. Maybe that'll help. One is, it's a big one. I'm going to start with the big ones. Is canceling or rescheduling something. Basically saying no. Okay. And again, recovering people pleaser. I know that's difficult. I know it's difficult. And over the last, I don't know, probably since 2016-ish, I have slowly started to say no to things that I know at my core are going to disappoint people, specifically my family. And it's been very hard. It's been very hard because I don't want to feel guilty. I don't want them to be upset, right? But for my better emotional, mental, energetic health, I have declined some things. Okay? It's not about them. It's for me. Right? Letting go of a non-urgent task that has to be done is another one that maybe you do a little change. This morning I woke up, I had a good night's sleep last night. I woke up at 4:00, but I had a good night's sleep. And I'm like, oh, I can do this and do this and this and this and this and this. I can do it. And I'm like, wait a minute. It's Saturday, and it's the weekend before I have to go back to my full-time job because summer break's over. And I'm like, no, it can wait. It can wait. Teresa says, get up 10 minutes early so I can have that quiet time. Yes. The quiet time. My quiet time is so important to me. My husband knows, my family knows, my friends know that I take that time extremely seriously. Another one, suggestion that change to reframe or set it in a different light so we can have some more time for ourselves to rest, is taking the day offline. Ironically enough, I'm on Facebook Live. Didn't say I was going to take the day off. But maybe not the day, but take the night off. I'm a scroller. I scroll. I do. Too much. What I have learned is that if I watch social media after, say, 7 o'clock ish, 7, 8 o'clock, my brain's still going, right? So I've made a conscious decision to cut that off at a certain time. I only watch one certain social media at certain times of the day because I have it curated in a way that I have certain things I want to listen to through that app, and or people I want to hear from or see or whatever, and I only do that certain periods of time during the day for me, right? For my mental health. I had to make that decision. And another thing that we could do is choosing good enough over being perfect. Just get it done, right? Now, granted, some things can't be just good. I mean, some things have to be done a certain way or in a certain order or in a certain time. I get that. But you hear what I'm saying, right? Doing these things, stepping back is not quitting. Stepping back and making different decisions is creating that space for you to take some time for you, to show up for you and take care of you, right? So this week, and I'll put it down in the comments afterwards, but I have one little, if you want to journal about it or if you want to post in the comments, if you're watching the replay, especially if you want to do it now, what is one thing that you can do this week to free up some of your time for you? Like Teresa said, get up 10 minutes early so she had that quiet time. She's not putting anybody off. She's not neglecting her obligations to life. She's actually choosing herself to take that 10 minutes for her so she can be a better wife, grandma, mom, caretaker, or helper to her mom, that kind of thing, right? So taking that 10 minutes for yourself. So what can you do this week to help you feel more rested? Give yourself some breathing room, some space for you, right? Try to reframe that inner dialogue of, oh, you're lazy, or oh, you need to get up and do this, or you da da da. Try to reframe that. I am choosing to take care of me. I will do that later. I will respond later, right? I'm taking this time for me, not because anything's necessarily going on in my life, except that I want to rest. And I told you earlier, I almost forgot it, I did this Thursday night. And let me tell you how I did it. You guys know that Thursday nights I have Embracing Me, our group coaching session, and we meet at 7 p.m. And I woke up Thursday morning not feeling the greatest. And I thought, I better, take the oils and take the herbs and do the things and whatever. And I did that. And throughout the day, as he's not so little anymore, but one of my little cousins would say, I felt worser and worser throughout the day. And by the time group came around, I always send out a reminder an hour early to remind everybody that, with the Zoom link and we're going to meet in an hour, etc. I was just not. My throat felt like it had razors in it. My body was aching. It was just, my head was stopped up and draining at the same time. Like it was just, I was a mess. And I had to decide, am I going to push through or am I going to do what I asked you guys to do, which is take care of yourself? And I chose to take care of myself. And it was hard because, like I said, recovering people pleaser. I don't want to let the ladies down that come Thursday nights to group. They're wonderful women who are doing hard work, healing, and I want to show up for them, but I could not show up for them 100%. I couldn't. And luckily, I have a wonderful group, as you all that are watching are as well. And I got emails and messages. Hope you feel well soon. Get better. Da, 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 da. Thank you for that if you're watching the replay. And yesterday I took care of myself. I rested. I did some things around here, but just, And today, last night I got a good night's sleep. I got up, felt better, took a shower, which always makes me feel better. I don't know about you. And it's just that getting up, doing, and because I took time to rest on Thursday night, gave myself permission. It's okay to say, I don't feel well enough to do this tonight. I will see y'all next week. And it was hard, and it was needed. Right? So this week, as you go through your week, think about what you can do for you to take some rest that you deserve. Not because you earned it, not because you're being productive, not because of all the things, but because you are you, and you are worthy, and you are enough, and you deserve rest. You deserve rest. Okay? So, with all that said, Maureen says, all great ideas. Thanks. So glad I finally caught a live. Oh, great. Yes. I'm glad too. I'm glad I moved it back to Saturday. It's going to be a little tricky in the fall because the fall gets a little wild, but we're going to see how I may have to adjust the time just a smidge, but that's okay too. But thank you for being here. And again, if anybody's watching the replay, please, post. I'm the only one that mans my Facebook, and so I will be happy to respond. So if this is something if you've really sort of dove into last week and now this week, please don't forget, I'm offering the Women's Recharge Retreat in October. Teresa, who's on here right now, is providing our sound healing for the weekend. We're doing yoga for all body abilities, meditation, journaling, intentional quiet, intentional stillness. We're in nature. We arrive on Friday. We start Friday night, all day Saturday, and we end on Sunday. And I keep it small because I want everybody to get to know each other. I want y'all to build this, feel safe, this love, be loved on, be seen, be heard. And it's just a great weekend to unplug. And I say that because last year I've been scraping for pictures and videos for marketing things for this year. And we just didn't take pictures last year because we were just enjoying each other. We were enjoying the quiet. We were enjoying the nature. We were enjoying the sound healing and the meditations and all the things. So if this is of interest to you, it's pinned up top here on Facebook. I'll also put the link down below as after we finish. Teresa says, I'm so excited. It was an amazing experience last year, and I can't wait to see what this year brings. I know. I didn't know what to expect last year. It's been on my heart for many, many years to do a women's retreat. And I didn't know what it was going to be. But again, and I've said this before, I can't put words to it because it was such an experiential thing that the words that come to me just aren't enough. They're just not enough. So if you are interested, please feel free to check out the link. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a direct message or send me an email from my email list. And I mentioned before, Thursday night is Embracing Me. That link is also above if you are interested. So I have a lot of things going on, a lot of things created based on the wonderful clients that I have from one-on-one coaching sessions, from just talking to them in group, and things that are on my heart to share, like retreat. So with you in mind, that woman that just wants to be seen, wants to be heard, wants to be loved, maybe wants some healing along the way, and that's what I'm here for. Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I hope I see you next Saturday, same time and same place. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend and week, and I will see you next week. Bye, everybody.